It just sucks to be a woman, you know? Hello! I'm here today because I have been watching a Netflix show called Ginny and Georgia, or Georgia and Ginny. Anyway, I'll put the little picture here. And you probably have too. And I'm probably maybe like 3 or 4 episodes in, so not that far. But it already triggered me. If you're interested, stay tuned. So what's the show about? It's about a mom and her daughter, and they moved to a small town. There's also like a little mystery in there. You can watch it if you're interested. But the parts that are triggering me, and I keep saying triggered, it is triggering. After the first episode of this show, I was crying. I feel like they took notes from my diary or something like that. Anyway, trigger 1. The daughter is biracial. She's mixed with black and white, and she's trying to find her place in the town. That just feels so personal to me. I was just talking to my husband about this the other day. The reason why I like to live in other places, like especially abroad, is because I know that I'm different there, and that's okay, and I'm prepared for that. But in America, I'm supposed to belong. I mean, I was raised here. There's other mixed people. It's my home, right? But I don't belong. And it's hurtful. And I know it sounds like, oh, boo-hoo to you. You light chick, you got light privilege. But I don't know what box I fit in. And I can just think back when I was in school and trying to figure out if I should hang out with the black kids or the white kids, and am I black enough or white enough? And I have known this, and it's not anything new that I'm just now knowing that I've gone through this, but the show, it just showed it in such a way where I felt like it was speaking to me. So if you're out there, mixed chicks who don't know where you belong, you will be triggered by this show. Trigger 2. There's a part in the show where she's hanging out with her friends, and they all want to do their hair the same way. But they all have straight, fine hair. They're like, come on, get your hair done, because they're at this sleepover where there's beauticians. Not at my school. Anyway, and so the lady starts doing her hair, and she has like the spiral curls. And you know, if you have those kind of curls that you don't just start brushing through it, that's just gonna ruin the curl pattern. It's gonna be bushy, and that is what happened. And the lady didn't know, and then she had to run off and go wet it and fix it in the bathroom. Trigger. I was triggered. Trigger. I can remember when I was in elementary school and we were taking school pictures, and the teacher was going around and fixing everyone's hair to make sure they look good for their pictures. And my teacher tried to fix my hair, and she was just not familiar with my texture, and it ended up being just a big, matty, poofy mess. And she didn't know what she was doing. And she didn't mean anything by it, but my hair ended up worse. I could feel her frustration. And at that point, I knew I was different. My hair's not like the other girls in my class. Maybe even not like the black girls. And so she was confused on how to fix my hair. And so it ended up a poofy mess. And there was another time I was either high school or college, and I wanted to go to the hair salon. And so I went to, I think it was a hair cuttery or whatever they're called. I'll put like a little picture here. They're all over. I grew up in South Carolina, and I wanted to go there and get a blowout and get washed and get my hair cut. And the woman, I could tell she was kind of frustrated. She was a white lady. She was very frustrated. I could feel it. I could hear her. She was asking people around her, how do I deal with the hair. I don't know what to do. She was trying to wash it. It's not rocket science, but she just couldn't figure it out, right? She did wash it, but then after that, she was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with it. And she was really rude and just not very professional, I would say. She should have just said to begin with, I'm just not familiar with your hair. I'm so sorry. But it wasn't like that. It was like it was my fault. Like that I even came in there expecting the hair salon to know how to do my hair. And again, this was another moment in the show that triggered me. Don't touch the hair if you don't know how to do it. And also, if you're a hairdresser, you should know how to do all types of hair. Or you should say that you don't know how to do all types of hair. I never found anyone that really knew how to do my hair curly. I've only just now, and I'm 35. Figured out how to do my own curly hair, and it's just touchy. Oh gosh. Okay, trigger 3. So the third thing that happened in the show is, spoiler alert, there's a moment where her and her friends shoplift. And don't judge, I'm sure we've all been there. I had a friend in high school who liked to do that, and it's wrong, but I think it's one of those things where you just figure out it's wrong eventually, but at one point you're gonna have somebody that's gonna try to get you to do it, or you're gonna be there when they do it, and you just have to realize that it's wrong. Anyway, she ended up doing it because she wanted to blend in, and the woman who was running the store was like, hey, wait, and ended up catching her and not the other girl. She kind of talked about it later, like, do you think it was racist, Mom? Do you think that she called me out because I'm black? And her mom was like, I don't know. And then that was that. Like, that's it. And then she ended up still being friends with them, and they never really talked about it. Like, you can't do that with your black friend. I know they're teenage girls, but I really feel like they just didn't. They should have addressed that more. It should have been talked about. Trigger 4. Okay, so sorry, Mom, but the mom and daughter dynamic in this show, it really hits home because I grew up with a mom who's banging. In the show, her mom was like super sexy and cool, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I wish my mom was like your mom's so sexy, all of this and that. And she feels insecure because her mom is va-va-voom and her beauty is different, right? But she doesn't understand that she's a teenage girl. And that's it hits. I can't even talk, it hits. Because when you're growing up with your mom being maybe put on a pedestal, and it's for things that you don't have, and you love your mom, right? But at the same time, you see that people are admiring her for that, and you don't have those things. Does that mean that you're not, beautiful too? See, I'm tearing up. So, you can see it. These are all triggers. 35 years old, and I still have these lingering issues to deal with, and it bothers me because I have a daughter, and I want to be the strongest for her, and I want to be comfortable in my own skin, and I just need to work on it. So that's probably what my next few videos are going to be about. Trying to work on feeling comfortable in my own skin and healing the lies, like that I have told myself, or maybe that other people have told me that aren't true. And it's kind of like this show is like my therapy. It's like a mirror, And it just sucks to be a woman, to have to live up to such high standards, and to have certain things be thought of as beautiful, and if you don't have them, then what, I'm not willing to go under the knife for them. So am I, destined for the rest of my life to be not beautiful, not. So it's hard for me to put this out there, but I know it'll help someone. So I'm making a statement and I'm saying that I am going to change this. I want to feel comfortable in my own skin. I just want it to be because I feel happy being in my skin. I don't know, I'm just loving the show, and I'm loving that I'm able to go through some of these issues that I've had for so long, I've carried for so long, the baggage, and be able to unpack it, and hopefully I can leave it behind, because I am beautiful, and you are too. And if you're watching this, I hope that this helps you. Anyway, I'll see you later.